Hello everyone, present here virtually. I am Rutuja here and I welcome you all for today's session which is titled as Artificial Intelligence for Engineer. And presenting this session, we have with us our today's expert, Dr. Pallavi Goel. Dr. Pallavi Goel is consolidated for 14 years industry and academic experience, industrial research collaborator and associate professor of computer science and engineering. Department of Mahavarja International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad. She is PhD in Computer Science and Engineering with MA. She has received several awards as reviewer, organizer, keynote speaker for best paper presenter, organizing member of international conference, reviewer committee, session chairs, Institute of Engineer, ATAL, AICTE sponsored FDP and other FDP as a speaker. She has filed two patents in the field of biomedical engineering, computer science, and session chaired IEEE conference in ICCA 2015, 2016, and 2017. Track session chair CIE 2022, ICA AC3 and 2021, many more. She is having more than 14 publications in Scopus, Index, SCI High Impact Journals, and international conferences, and published two patents. You may start now, ma'am.
Thank you, Research Circle team and Rituja for introducing me in a good way. So I'm not wasting much time. Today, as we are working in we are always talking about the artificial intelligence in and how. So what exactly the artificial intelligence is? I'm not going to waste your much time because I'm expecting the audience from the engineer background also. And if the people are not from the engineering background, even though wanted to know about the artificial intelligence, I chosen this work for the engineers, not for the computer science, even for the civil engineers, for the mechanical engineering, for biotechnology, because artificial intelligence is not constrained now with these days. We are actually using it in all aspects, to the medical terms, to the agriculture field. So I'm not next slide where we I'm going to explain you about what will be the learning outcomes for the artificial intelligence. Can you move to the next slide, please? Rituja, your next slide, please. Hello. Oh, yeah. Just click on because there's an animation. I was thinking that I can do it. Click. There's a learning outcomes. We are going to show you that what we will be able to get from today's lecture. So, understand the evolution and various approaches of artificial intelligence. We will be telling you that how the artificial intelligence comes into the existence. Understand data storage, processing, visualization, and its use in regression clustering. So, data storage, because in and how we are talking about completely related to the data. Because the last 2 to 3 years, when we are completely online, we are fully dependent on the data in and how we are using the finance terms at our home. We are putting any emails with the communication. It is all a data in any of the form. Understand natural language processing and chatbots. In the couple of last some years, I'm able to see that the students are more focusing on the chatbots, and NLP is also in a progress manner. Understand the concept of neural networks and the concept of face, object, speech recognition, and robots. So, COVID also forced us to work on neural networks much. Next, click one more time. Yeah, human intelligence. Like how the human intelligence we have that, you know. So, what makes us human intelligent? I'm a human, you're a human. So we know that we have a brains. We can work with our brains and whatever we are thinking, we have a sense feeling, we have a sensitivity, we can think, we can decide, we can take a task, and we can take a challenges also. So what are we called intelligent? So there are a number of questions when we can give correct answers to people questions. when we solve a difficult problem or puzzle, when we can decide the correct action to be taken, when we learn something fast, when we are able to recognize many things and remember their names, when we can use clues to guess an answer. So, where the brain is going to be active, human brain is going to tell you about that, okay, this is the question, this is the correct answer for it. So, I'm using my senses. So, I am able to take the correct decisions, action, and if I'm going wrong way somewhere, I'm able to think that no, this is wrong. I need to take an action on it, right? So, when we can decide the correct action to be taken, this is again up to me that my brain is giving me the sense, neural networks are being sensing me. When we can learn fast, you know, I'm grabbing the things easily. We are grabbing the things. Some people are having a very good memory power. When we are able to recognize many things and remember their names, we are fully dependent on the phone directly these days. If I'm losing my phone, I am losing my connects. So earlier when we were depending on the landline phones, dot phones, what we were recognizing the numbers. But these days we are just dependent on the phone directly on the mobile, and we are just alphabetically we just check the number or name of the person, and we will be able to so call the person. But if I'm going to lose my device, then what I will do? We have lots of options to recall the data, but I'm a memory power of the human is now depending on the machines. When we can use clues to guess an answer, this is a clue. Okay, alphabet A. I have to search the number from the A. This is the person where I am going to connect with them, right? This is your next slide, please. So, what defines human intelligence? So it is in many ways, as I already told you, that the human intelligence involves lots of things. First of all, we are gathering the information, and that information, how we are going to use in the data form. Storing information, we are using, retrieving the information, yes, analyzing. Sometimes we need to analyze the things also. Decision making on the basis of the analyze, I'm going to take the decisions. Then how are going to take the decision and action on the issue. So this is the human intelligence, which is we are going to work on the machines. Whatever I'm thinking and I'm expecting the same thing. Should my machine should be responded in that manner? Yes, our machines are also responding in that manner. If I'm talking about the devices, mobile phones, what I'm doing, I'm just clicking Siri. I want this, so they'll be able to get the sort out the data. I'm not required to write complete query over there. I'm just speaking and I'm getting the data. Am I right? So, ability to observe, recognize, and understand, ability to make smart decisions and solve problems, ability. So, any agent who can perform the above is called an intelligent agent. Yes. So, I'm just putting any query on the Google, like a search engine optimization. Later on, whenever I'm going to open my system or device or anywhere where I browses something, what I'll get the same query answers on my screen, sometime on my email id, because whenever I'm logging with any of the search engine optimization with my id, my email id, so the query which I'm putting, the search history which I'm doing, so that relevant sometime data is I'm getting on my emails also. This is a human intelligence which the machine is also pretending you like that. Next slide, please. Artificial intelligence now comes after this is all your human brain is working. So how artificially, like uh, artificially, how you are going to convert this intelligence? Computers are man-made, we know that. Hence they are artificial because they are responding according to your requirement. Again, they don't have brains like ours, yes, but they have machines. Think about the following. What do we use a computer for? List things a computer can do better than humans. Yes, calculations, sometimes big calculations. Computers are good at things like repetitive tasks, because being a human, I forget sometimes that I already done this thing. I'm keep repeating the same thing, but when I'm going to work on the machines, machine will tell this is already done and it is available on your machine, and they will give you the location where I can locate it easily. Parallel processing means parallelly multiple tasks we can do it. Data manipulation, yes, huge amount of data when we are working on, and that is we are going to take the help from the computer, that they are going to manipulate a huge bulk of data, lakhs of lakh data entry when we are having, and we can manipulate easily at a one control F when we can replace the whole data. They have better memories, yes. Human also having better memories, but no, not like machines. Last thing that humans can do, but computers cannot. Humans are good at things like communication, speaking, creativity, yes, empathy. Whatever I am doing, whatever being a human I'm doing communication, I'm doing a creativity, I'm doing artificial intelligence, that the computers are only working what you are feeding to that computer, right? Next slide, please. Artificial intelligence is teaching the machines to learn, think, decide, and act as humans would. Yes, we are training our machines in the way that I'm thinking, human thinking. So we are, whenever we are using AI ML, artificial intelligence machine learning. This is the connectivity of that. You are training your system or device or computer in that manner that the humans can think. It is ability to imitate humans, such as using language or speech. Yeah, Alexa is there. Vision or image recognition, lots of applications we are able to see that we need to download that application, and we just need to scan that object and we will be able to get the information of that particular object through the database. Making predictions, yes, we are able to get to know weather forecast. Learning, yes, we have lots of applications where we can learn. Problem solving, ability to move and manipulate objects on their own. And artificial intelligence is a computer that can perform these activities, whatever the humans are thinking. Do you think an AI can produce art? Can it write sing songs, write stories, draw paintings, or interact with humans and have a conversation? Computers do not create art. People using computer create art. Yes. It is the database, it is the information which you are getting from the computer who actually feeding that. If I am Pallavi, I'm putting something online, then later on, whenever we are just searching Pallavi, so lots of Pallavi related data will be coming because lots of people are using around. So I'm having one YouTube video also, if I'm able to play in the next slide, please. This is a small talk between the Petri and the Jeremy. They were talking about the AI ML and deep learning. I will be sharing this data to you. Please listen this beautiful conversation how AI and ML and deep learning will be existing starts. If we can play for a minute, Rituja, can you play this slide? The voice is not coming.
We are getting voice, ma'am.
Okay, I'm not able to listen. No problem, no problem. I think the audience will be able to listen. So we will be sharing this YouTube video to all of you. You just hear this exactly how they are going to talk about the AI, how AI gets into the market, Australia, London, how they are going to work on it. So skip this slide so they'll be able to listen later on. How do we impart the ability to think and learn like humans on the machines, because AI is completely means artificial intelligence where you can see the output of it on the machines only. We program computers to enable them to identify things, understand the relationship between them, prediction, and decide what to do in various situations. Therefore, AI will be existing is the application of computing to solve problems in an intelligent way using computer programs. You know, we when I'm teaching to the first year students, we are going to teach them the C, C++ languages, and we are telling them, okay, no problem. You just need to do the program for the only uh, sum of two numbers, addition of two numbers. This is we are giving them very small programs. So what they're doing, they're putting their feedbacks, they're putting their inputs according to their requirement, then they will be also expecting the outcome. So we are feeding to the computer is giving the outcome according to our requirement. If computer is not responding artificially, because we are feeding them, if computer is not responding according to your requirement, then it means there is some issue in the machine, which we are lapsed somewhere, the error can come. So the steps to solve these problems. So, guys, the steps to solve these problems are commonly written in the form of algorithms. Algorithms is exactly what? It's a stepwise step. When we are talking about any of the program, we always tells you that, okay, sum of two numbers means the operator will be the addition plus. So two numbers, any two numbers, A, B, you need to give the value, need to give assign the value, then you will be able to get your output. 2 plus 2 is 4, we know that, but sum of two integer values you have to give. So, same, we have to describe lots of algorithms we are having in AI. So, we'll be discussing supervised learning, unsupervised learning, how the data we are going to train in between. We will learn more about these later. So, what is an intelligent way? Well, an intelligent way is how humans use their senses, brains, abilities to make decisions that help them towards the goal. Senses. If I'm feeling something bited on my skin, so I'm getting sense, and that network neurons of my brain will be active that I got something. If I'm uh, sucking a lemon or orange, so I know that this is citrus. So my actions and reactions will be changes. So I'll senses active, tongue sense. So lots of things we know. I'm just giving us very basic examples to all of you. So brain will sense your taste also. Abilities to make decisions that help them towards the goal they want to achieve autonomously without being controlled directly by others. AI involves computers completing a task automatically with very little to no human intervention. A computer uses its capabilities for gathering information, analyzing it to make decisions and acts. Same I told you with example. Can we move to the next? Yeah. So if a computer is intelligent, does that mean it has a consciousness of its own? That is, it's self-aware. So the very first we started with this, that computer, whatever we are feeding, what we need to know, we are feeding that information only and we are getting the response. AI doesn't mean that a computer can feel or that it has a personality of its own. It's a robot to us, a robot of us that we wanted this thing from the computer and computer is responding in that manner. AI, that human robot, we can behave like that. Many researchers have been questioning and studying whether a robot should have rights. What do you think? That if we will be giving the rights to these robots, then the human it is going to harm to humans or not? If you know the movies transformation, some transform, how they in that they behavior, they trained those robots, and later on those robots reacted how? Because this is a machine. Several scientists consider artificial intelligence to be somewhat of a misnomer, suggesting that true AI is still years away. Many believe it will be more accurate to call the current AI systems augmented intelligence. or the use of machines to extend human capabilities and what they can do. Augmented intelligence emphasizes that fact that AI technologies have been developed specifically to help humans rather than to replace them. This is really required. AR, VR is also augmented reality and virtual reality is also very common these days. If we know the Snapchat, we are not in that mode, but we can create that mode. We can feel it. So beautiful things. I don't want to waste my time over there. You all are very familiar on the social media. You all can do it. So next slide, please. Rituja, next slide, please. There has been a lot of progress made over the years in this field. Instead of programming a computer to perform a very narrowly defined specific task, we can feed it data, let it discover patterns, and learn tasks on its own. A computer may be used to identify pictures of apples or bananas based on color and shape. Instead of this, we can give the computer lots of pictures of each fruit and program it to identify apples and bananas among those fruits based on common features, edges, lines, curves. In those images, in other words, we can say that machines that can make predictions and get better at them based on a library of data which we are feeding in that, that's still a far cry from a robot that can think for itself. We have lots of varieties of apples around the world. So this is just giving an example that we are having lots of fruits around, and we just wanted to check that my machine needs to tell me which is apple, which is banana. So I'm going to put certain feedback that okay, if on the basis of the edges and lines and curves when we are putting those pictures. That identification we have to tell to the machines because machine will not be able to sense that this is a banana, this is apple, this is orange. Right, guys? Next, please. So, an overview to AI. What is AI? Again, the same thing I'm repeating. It is a branch of computer science by which we can create intelligent machines which can behave like a human, think like humans, and able to make decisions. AI exists when a machine can have human based skills such as learning, reasoning, and solving problems. On the very first, I'm started with this only. AI, you do not need to pre program a machine to do some work. Despite that, you can create and how you are going to program algorithms. Because whenever we are going to do any of the programming, we need to know about the step by step, how it's going to work with own intelligence. And that is the awesomeness of AI. Every time we don't require to put the same things. So next slide, please. Goals of AI. It is very popular in the market. Disruptive technologies, AI, deep learning, machine learning, IoT, AR, VR, cybersecurity. So it is maybe I'm using very less goals of AI, but you know better than me that most welcome on the chat box. Goal one, which is I'm thinking replicate human intelligence. Yes, we're trying to solve knowledge intensive tasks, an intelligent connection of perception and action, building a machine which can perform tasks that requires human intelligence, such as proving a theorem, playing chess, virtual, playing some surgical operation, driving a car in traffic. It is also the one of the example of it. So all artificial intelligence is now in the automobile industry also, very actively participating. Next, please. So creating some system, okay, creating some system which can exhibit intelligent behavior, learn new things by itself, demonstrate, explain, and can advise to its users. So same thing I'm repeating. The next, please. So this is the history of artificial intelligence. In 1923, Carol Capek played name Rossum's Universal Robots opens in London. First use of the word robot in English. 1943, Foundation for Neural Networks laid. 1945, Isaac Asimov, a Columbia University alumni, coined the term robotics. 1950, Alan Turing introduced Turing test for evaluation of, sorry, am I audible? Hello? Rituja, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
In 1950, Alan Turing, because on these people basis, we are having the algorithms also. Introducing Turing test for evaluation of intelligence and published computing machinery and intelligence. Claude Shannon published detailed analysis of chess playing as a search. 1956, John McCarthy coined the term artificial intelligence demonstration of the first running AI program at Carnegie Mellon University. 1958, John McCarthy invents Lisp programming languages for AI. Next slide, please. In 1964, lots of histories are there. 1985, Cohen demonstrated the drawing program Aaron, first computer controlled autonomous vehicle. Stanford cart was built 1979. Can you skip this slide, please? So, so history, please skip. I think till 2015 we are having the history. Mid displays Kismet robot with a face that expression. The robot nomad explores remote regions of Antarctica and locates meteorites. Can you change the slide, please? Yeah. Now the needs of AI. Exactly what is the use of AI? We got to know the history. We got to know the AI is again the replica of the human brain. We need AI for many different reasons. Reasons comes from the fact that now we live in a world where work and its demands are increasing, both in terms of volume and complexity. Yes, we are having a huge data. Machines can be made to do some functions faster. They are helping us and more accurately than humans. Somehow, they can handle large amounts of work. Most humans neither like nor are particularly good at repetitive tasks. So it makes a lot of sense to give all such work to machines which are better at these. Can you skip this slide, please? We can say that we need AI for the following reasons. To do tasks that humans want to avoid because of the risks involved. To do things better, to do things that require more power, to do more accurate, to overcome human inefficiency, to achieve consistency, to have machines as companions. We don't want that the machines will replace humans. We just want the machines should help humans. Can you think of anything else? What if you had a personal AI machine, your personal assistant? Name a task that you would want it to do for you. Abilities that the machines should have to perform the task for you. Seriously, whenever during the COVID period when we were teaching our students and parallelly we were having lots of multiple non-academic works also because we are applying for the accreditations. So many repetitive tasks we were doing. That time I was really thinking that I need someone to help me to handle some of my tasks so I can get relief. But it is not that easy to get to know. Yeah, please. Would your AI need any of the following abilities? To understand and respond to spoken or written commands. You know, I got to know, maybe you know earlier than me, but yes, that whether I'm speaking, it is translating, it is also in giving me in the writing document. So it is going to be safe for me to recognize you and your friends. Yes. To see and differentiate between objects, animals, and people. This is lots of artificial intelligence algorithms we do have. To go from one place to another by themselves. To play games, to do creative work. We are doing everything online these days, so it is not that much required. We also can have a virtual tours. Next slide, please. If yes, you'll be happy to know that we already have an AI machine with these capabilities. I already told you. AI machines have made progress in learning, natural language processing, respond to naturally spoken and written languages. AI machines have made progress in learning facial recognition. Apple is one of the example of it. They recognize faces, their gender, age group. Even in some of the Android phones, I got to know that if they're scanning your this expression, they'll get to tell you about your age and your all whatever genders also. They can predict. AI machines are developing computer vision to differentiate between objects like cats, dogs, trees, walls, people, etc. Lots of things around, but computer vision CV is also helping us to get to know about all these things. AI machines have made progress in learning to self navigate. They can select a route, sense, and avoid obstacles like in self driving cars. Even you have lots of maps. Google Maps will be helping you to know that from to destination. You will be able to check that which route is the better for you before start. AI machines have learned chess, checkers, Go, Jeopardy, which are very complex games and beat expert players in these. Because one is called a chatbot also. The bot is playing in another way, and you are playing as a human. So you are playing with the machine. AI machines are learning to do creative work as well as like write stories, make artistic paintings. It is also very helpful for the small kids or write stories who wanted to write something, paraphrase, quilt polls. Lots of applications are there which are helping you to write more and more and make put confidence in you. Next slide, please. AI over the years has developed many new abilities and is being applied for several new tasks. These include diagnosing diseases, creating art, driving our cars, flying our airplanes, filtering spam from our emails, doing our laundry, writing stories, and translating them. So, there are some experiences, some of the AI applications. So, AI to fly planes, how you are going to do. All these things you can click from here and you will be able to get that know that how you are going to play. See, if I wanted to download any of the YouTube video, I wanted to see it later on, I wanted to use it for my research work, even I can use that. I can just go to the save nets, lots of applications are there. You just put the link over there and you can download that application, that particular video for your own references. Next slide, please. The dominant in various fields such as gaming, natural language processes, and expert systems. AI plays crucial role in strategic games. We are seeing lots of games. Every time we are able to see that age group of 5 to 50, 60 age years, the people are keep using AI applications as a gaming form. They are playing virtually and earning lots of coins, lots of gifts, awards online. So it is large number of possible positions based on heuristic knowledge. Yes. So natural language processing, it is possible to interact with the computer that understands natural languages spoken by humans. Alexa, Siri, we do have. Expert systems. There are some applications which integrate machine, software, and special information. So, to impart reasoning, advising, they provide explanation and advice to the users. Next slide, please. Vision systems, like a computer vision. The systems experts understand, interpret, figure out visual input on the computer. Whenever we are earlier days, we were search engine optimization, we're just putting the query and we will not able to see the videos or images of that particular topic. So now if we are going to click on the video option, we will be able to get to know about it as a video how it exactly work, and if we will put the images and we will be able to see that exactly how it looks. A spying aeroplane takes photographs we are uh, capturing, which are used to figure out special information or map of the areas. It is for the security reasons, defense. Doctor use clinical expert system to diagnose the patients. So if we will be having the clicks like MRI machines, we are giving the pictures, we will be able to get to know that which disease it helps us to diagnose. Police use computer software that can recognize the facial of criminal with the stored portrait made by forensic science artists. So this is all helping in all the aspects here: defense, healthcare, and police. Like crime also being controlled by the vision systems. Speech recognition. There are some AI-based speech recognition system where the ability to hear and express in sentences and understand their meanings when a person talks to it. Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, I already told you. Next slide, please. Handwriting recognition. Handwriting recognition is also being required by the forensic experts when some suicide commitment, this is a crime has been done or some threat things been come. So they are checking the patterns. The handwritten recognition software reads the text written on paper, a pen, on or screen by a stylus. It can recognize the shapes of the letters and convert it into editable form. Intelligent robots are able to perform the task given by a human. They have sensors to detect physical data from the real world, such as lights, heat, temperature, movement, sound, bump, and pressure. They have efficient processors, multiple sensors, and huge memory to exhibit intelligence. They are capable of learning from their mistakes and they can adapt to the new environment. Move to the next one. Explore. Machines are now learning many things that humans do, such as understanding your language, the emotions behind the written text and facial expressions, seeing and understanding images, analyzing videos to identify people, keywords, and even sentiments, planning routes, others. So I'll tell you, I'll give you the example understanding language. When I'm talking, hello, so it says I'm on a very good mood, it gives you, Siri will reply you accordingly. If you say hello, it says that the sad moment sounds. Written text. When someone is says, I'm very happy to announce that I'm going to be promoted as a dean. So when you are going to that post and when you are going to your emote icons, you'll be see that automatically it says congratulations, well done. This kind of icons will be resembling over there. So it understands with the written expressions. Move to the next slide, please. Next slide, please. After the explore. Rituja, can you play this video, Rituja? It's a link video, yes, because it gives you the expressions of that AI machines. If you can share your complete screen, you will be able to show.
Which one, ma'am?
This is www.nvidia.com because it says something, that how AI machine is going to be work. By just seeing this image also.
Can you see this website, ma'am?
No, I cannot see in this link. It is not. You just play. No, no, the screen. The video is not there.
Can you see this website?
Yes, I can see this website. So this is the NVIDIA where the gamings are there. So
Which
lots
video
of,
to play, ma'am?
yeah, any of the video you can play for a minute. This is actually the site where you can use as a games also. This is for the gaming people who really wanted to do the games. So this is something. Okay, no problem. This is a hands-on something we need to tell you them. Leave it. Rituja, we can come to the slides. NVIDIA basically help to those people who are really wanted to make their career in the gaming section. So next, please. The evolution of AI to the present. History of AI we already saw there, but here we are able to see you 1943 to 1980. This is a progress. Then how in every 7 years or 6 years, evolution of AI, artificial neurons been active in 1943, 1950 Turing machine been launched, 1956 birth of AI Dartmouth conference, 1966 first chatbot been released, 1972 first intelligence robot, 74 to 80 first AI winner, 1980 its expert systems been launched, 1987 to 93 the second AI winner, 1997 IBM Deep Blue first computer to beat a computer chess champion, 202 this is 2002 AI in home Roomba, 2011 IBM Watson wins a quiz show, 2012 Google Now, 2014 chatbot Guzman wins Turing test because Turing machine only launched in 1950. 2015 Amazon Echo. Can you move to the next, please? Maturation of AI from 1943 to 52. Work which is now recognized as AI was done by Warren McClough and Walter Pitts in 1943. They proposed a model of AI neurons, artificial neurons. In 1949, updating rule for modifying the connection strength between the neurons. This rule is now being called as Hebbian learning. This is on an algorithm. 1950, Alan Turing, who was an English mathematician and pioneered machine learning in 1950. Alan publishes Computing Machinery and Compute Intelligence, CMI. He proposed a test that test can check the machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to human intelligence, called a Turing test. Next slide, please. The birth of AI. Alan Newell Habert Simon created the first artificial intelligence program, which was named Logic Theorist. This program had proved 38 of 52 mathematics theorems, find new and more elegant proofs for some theorems. 56 artificial intelligence first adopted by American computer scientist McCarthy at the Dartmouth conference for the first time AI coined as an academic field. From 1956, we used AI in the academic part. At the time, high-level computer languages such as Fortran, Lisp, or COBOL were invented at earlier days, and the enthusiasm for AI was very high at that time. Next slide, please. Golden Years early enthusiasm. So the researchers emphasized developing algorithms which can solve mathematical problems. You know, guys, the students who are coming from the 12th class and they're saying, I'm taking the computer science because I don't want to go to the mathematics. Some students always have this in their minds that if I'm going to use, I'm going to the part of the computer science, so I don't require to do the maths. So sorry, I'm telling you all that the mathematics is the main part of the computer science. You can see in our histories also who all were the mathematician. They only launched this AI. If you wanted to become the AI analyst or AI scientist, so you need to be have good hands-on your mathematics problems. First intelligent humanoid robot was built in Japan, which was named as Wabot. Duration between 74 to 80 was the first AI winter duration. Refers to the time period where the computer scientists dealt with the severe shortage of funding from government from AI researchers. AI winters and interest of publicity on artificial intelligence was decreased. Please move to the next one. In 1980 to 87, then how this winter duration AI came back with expert systems. Expert systems were programmed that emulate the decision making ability of a human expert. Because completely we are saying that human experts are indulging in that. The first national conference of the American Association of Artificial Intelligence was held at Stanford University. Second AI in 87 to 93, the same been little bit more uh, ties and more changes were there. But the expert system such as Con was very cost effective in 87, which was the second version of it. Next slide, please. Emergence of intelligence agents. Agents now, like Deep Blue beats IBM was World Chess Champion, launched computer beat a World Chess Champion. For the first time, AI entered the home in the form of Roomba, a vacuum cleaner. So very helping. AI came in the business world till the year 2006. Companies like Facebook, Twitter, Netflix also started using AI. Next slide, please. Deep learning, big data, and artificial general intelligence. In the earlier video of the YouTube, I told you Jeremy was explaining about the deep learning, AI, and ML. So here, deep learning, big data, and artificial intelligence comes into existence in 2011. In that year, IBM Watson won Jeopardy, a quiz show where it had to solve the complex questions as well as riddles. Watson had proved that it could understand natural language and can solve tricky questions quickly. 2012, Google has launched an Android app featuring Google Now, which was able to provide information to the user as a prediction. 2014, chatbot Eugen Guzman won a competition in the infamous Turing test. 2018, the project debater from IBM debated on complex topics with two master debaters and also performed extremely well. Google has demonstrated an AI program, Duplex, which was a virtual assistant and which had taken hairdresser appointment on call. And lady on other side then noticed that she was talking to the machine. Whenever we are calling someone, it always says, okay, the person is busy, please put your message on the voice note. So machine is speaking to you. Machine is responding to you. Please next slide. Capability of machines to recognize through visual and auditory modules, interact through natural languages, processing modules, reason through algorithm, and store huge data in the memory. This is a robot and a human interaction. Learning, reasoning, problem solving, perception. Language understanding. There again, we have a video where they talk about the components of AI. You can see it later on. Next slide, please. Future of AI. As we are moving fast towards the technology, so within last 20 years of business experience, Andres has a track record of success with multiple multi-million dollar ventures in several industries that have spanned across continents. His latest company works in the field of AI and has created a system that uses evolutionary concept of self-organized to complete tasks only previously achievable by humans. So startups is one of the example. To not 35, we are thinking that AI will match and eventually surpass human intelligence. Next slide, please. Artificial intelligence is impacting the future also of virtually every industry and every human being. AI has acted as the main driver of emerging technologies like big data, robotics, and IoT. It will continue to act as a technological innovator for the foreseeable future. See, work from home, we are seeing as an example. Every day, people are working from home and using their server from homes and will be able to connect on internet and can do anything, whatever they want. AI is projected to have a lasting impact on just about every industry imaginable. We are already seeing artificial intelligence are smart devices. Yes, all devices of your gadgets are helping you as a AI. Healthcare, you are sitting at home and you can scan your things and you will be able to get to know which disease you are having. So many applications are there. Cars are helping you as a very Tata MG Hector is also there. This is a Tesla is also there. So many things. So favorite apps will be continue to see its influence deeper into many other industries for the foreseeable future. Here, I'm not explaining about the agriculture, defense. Everyone is using the AI these days. Next slide, please. Here in the picture, I'm able to see multiple devices. Intelligent classrooms. During COVID, we will be all been interacting with all these things. We are sitting at home. We are doing the virtual tours. We are sitting at the home. We are using this kind of classrooms, and I'm sitting over there. This is all virtual platforms been given by during the COVID. We will be interacting through. We are not. We are trying. Technology is helping you to say no. You are in the past only. The same you were doing earlier. This is the same thing. You're not. You're not far away. You're not letting behind. The intelligent fridge IoT is giving you. The intelligent pen. It is just writing without telling you. You're just speaking and it is writing. Intelligent swimming pool. This is an example that how your AR VR. You are here. Classroom AR VR again. Now let's do an imagination activity. Think of any of the device or object or facility. It suddenly this device or object becoming intelligent. What do you think it would be able to do? You know, IoT based this fridge is giving you. You need to download an application on your mobile, and whenever the something is going to be rotten or something, it's going to be damaged in your fridge. It will give you the alarming notification. Or if anything is going to be over, it is going to give you the alarm. And these kind of devices is also a very cost effective. They're not so easy to get into the market. But the classrooms, when we were taking the lectures of my students on the my classroom application, we will be able to give them this kind of scenario. The students of the kindergarten or the students of the school, so they will be able to get interact that this is the teacher who is presenting in the class, and this is a desk, this is the classroom where they were studying before COVID. Next slide, please. What have we learned? Common aspects of human intelligence include the ability to observe, recognize, and understand, ability to make smart decisions and solve problems, ability to learn and increase knowledge. Intelligence involves gathering information, storing information, retrieving information, analyzing information, decision making, and taking actions. AI is teaching the machines to learn, think, decide, and act as humans. An artificial intelligence agent is a computer that has the ability to imitate humans. such as using languages, speech. This is again the repeated things I'm telling you, that the language which we are speaking, it's Hindi, English, Punjabi, or Kannada, Tamil, they'll be able to explain you this is which language. We all are dependent on the Google Assistant, and we're just telling them, play the Punjabi music, play Hindi music, play Kannada music, they'll be helping you. We don't want to write anything, we just need to put the speak now, and we will be able to get our desired output. Agent is a computer that has the ability to solve your problems, make a prediction. Weather forecast is one of the examples we can say. Impart the ability by programming to understand the relationship between things and decide what to do. There has been a lot of progress made over the years in this field. We all are working online and we all are dependent on these kind of technologies. Instead of programming a computer to perform a very narrow, define specific tasks, we can feed it data and let it discover patterns and learn tasks on its own. Thoroughly, Karan, AI is able to do all this and more. The real AI is still far away. Many believe it will be more accurate to call the current AI system as an augmented intelligence. Like I'm expecting this thing, and with the help of augmented reality, I'm able to get to know about it, or the use of machines to extend human capabilities and what they can do. Next slide, please. I hope it's done, Rituja. Hello, Rituja.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
done. Yeah, its
Yes,
slides are over.
yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much to listen. This is AI because we are living in the AI world only. We are sitting and you are not, yeah. Rituja, it's done, I hope.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for this very informative and demonstrative session. We will ask our participant to put your question in comment box. We will try to provide the answer by Dr. Pallavi Goel, ma'am, below the comment.
Thanks, Rituja. Thank you so much.
I think no one has any question, ma'am. Thank you so much, all the participants, for your active participation. Let me inform to all that this complete session will be available on our Research Circle YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it again or want to share it to somebody, please do Research Circle YouTube channel. Thank you. And last but not the least, Dr. Pallavi Goel, ma'am, for taking out the time for session. With your permission, I would like to end today's session here.
Thank you so much, Rituja. Thank you so much.